forget my... Oh, snap. Give me a second, you guys. I completely forgot something. Put that right here. You guys can see my cat. No, you cannot see my cat. What did I do with my book? Ah! Never mind. Never mind, y'all. Hang on. Let me bring this on up here. There we go. So, apologize for being shirtless. I am just reading. I'm actually in bed, with my cat. He's over here. And I'm gonna be reading tonight. This is something new that I am trying. I usually read at night anyway, so I figured I would give this a try and just read to you all and see if maybe I like it or anyone who comes in might like it. I have no idea. I'm just giving this a try just to see how it goes. Reading this. Severing Time and Space. For those of you who do not know, I am an author, and this is my book. You can actually see right here, Brandon Varnell. That's me. I write for a living. That's what I do. And I figured I would share some of what I do with all of you. So, if anyone is in here and paying attention, and a notification there, feel free to just sit and listen. And if nobody is here, then I'll be reading to myself. I'm going to confess, I usually don't read my own stories, so I'm a little bit embarrassed to be reading something I wrote. Normally I would read something someone else wrote because it's not nearly as embarrassing as saying what I wrote out loud. I don't know why, it's one of those things that I'm kind of I just feel embarrassed. And normally I would read something that's not mine, which might also be part of the reason I'm embarrassed. Anyways, I will be reading. Anyone in here can sit back, relax, listen to my hopefully not god-awful voice. Let me bring this a little closer too. There. Oh, that's fallen. Hang on. There we go. No, that's fallen. I think it's because the bed it's into the divot and something like that. I don't know. How can I prevent this tripod from falling over? There we go. Might work a little bit better. Yeah. Maybe I should just show you guys my cat. Here, let's do it. Let's try to change it a little bit like this, maybe? No. No. Is someone actually in my chat room right now? Bro, who the hell is in my chat room right now? What if we move it like over here? There we go. Maybe. No, I feel like I just look weird. At least from this angle, you guys get some thighs. But my phone is falling over. Dikey. He was a good boy. Thank you for the kisses. Okay, no one's in my feed. I think that's just like the standard notification saying, hey, check your chat. So no one's talking. I don't think anybody's actually watching this right now, so it's fine. Alright. Cat's done licking me. We're gonna put this right here. Maybe it's because this is so heavy. Hang on. There. Wonder if that will help? No. It's still just kind of like... There we go. I think that's the best I can do. So I'm going to start reading now. If you're here, feel free to listen. If you're not, then don't worry about it. Anime Hero Gamer fan, welcome. Nice what? I can't see the chat. But here we go. I'm going to start reading. If y'all want to listen, feel free. Clean shave. Yes, I did. I decided to actually use a razor instead of my my automatic razor. So normally I use just an automatic razor. This time I actually used a single blade. They give you a much cleaner shave. So here we are. How dare you? She held onto the cold, limp body in her arms. Tears streamed down her face as she glared hatefully at the person before her. How dare you take him from me? The man sneered. Take him from you? How dare he take you from me? How dare he take you from us? Do you not understand your duty? You have become lax ever since you allowed yourself to become enamored with this child. Come back to your senses. He was never worthy of you anyway. That is not for you to decide. I am the only one who can decide who is and isn't worthy of me. It's too late now. He is already dead. Not even you can restore the dead. She looked down at the body in her arms, her dearly beloved, who had been murdered in cold blood. The man was right. She could not bring back the dead. Even she did not have the strength to turn back time to that point. But that didn't mean there was nothing she could do. She wasn't out of options. Chi gathered around her, swirling like a thick silver mist. The man's eyes widened. What are you doing? I am not letting him slip from my grasp. If I can't bring him back, then I'll simply go with him. You are planning to ignite your soul? Are you crazy? Even if you reincarnated, there's no guarantee you'll find him. No, I have already seen to it that I can reincarnate with him. You mean you... Fuck. Why? Why would you do that? The man screamed hysterically, but she just smiled. You don't need to know, and I'm under no obligation to tell you. But I will tell you this. Do not interfere with us. If you even try, I will see to it that you suffer. I will kill you and every person related to you, down to the 10th generation. I will wipe your very existence from the heavens and ensure not a single person remembers who you are. Don't do this! It is already too late. I hope you and I never meet again. The man tried to stop her, but the chi she was releasing was far beyond anything he could produce. He couldn't even get close. She tightened her grasp on the body in her arms and buried her face in his hair. Liquid silver tears continued to stream down her face and fell into his dark hair. We'll be together soon. Wait for me. Wu Jian howled as he was struck in the face. The world tilted as he spun like a top. He struck the snow-covered ground with a harsh thud, crying out once more as he smacked his elbow against the cold surface. A stinging sensation spread from his cheek to his jaw. His elbow also stung fiercely, blood trailing across his skin, dripping onto the ground. With a wince, Wu Jian pushed himself up. He reached up to touch his cheek and jerked his fingers away with a hiss of pain. The sudden movement also sent a sharp jolt through his elbow. Tears gathered in his eyes, causing his bullies to jeer at him. Ha! Look at this wimp. Check it out, he's actually crying. Can you believe this pathetic shrimp is the heir to our clan? There's no way we can let a baby like him remain the clan heir. He'll bring shame to our forefathers. I think you should become the clan heir. Yonggongji. 3 people stood over Wu Jian. All of them looked similar. Wu Yang, Wu Ming, and Wu Fei were all members of the Wu clan just like him. Wu Yang was Wu Jian's older half-brother. He had dark hair, and the shape of his face was similar, but his eyes were cyan instead of black. At 10 years of age, he was 2 years older than Wu Jian, which meant he was bigger and stronger too. Because he was the son of their father's second wife, Wu Yang was not the clan heir, despite being older and stronger. That could change when they both came of age. He could challenge Wu Jian for the position then, but this was how things were for now. Wu Jian wondered if that was why Wu Yang constantly tormented him. Was he jealous that someone so much weaker than himself was the clan heir, simply for being the son of their father's first wife? They used to get along so well, so he almost struggled to imagine why his brother had changed this much. He often bullied Wu Jian when no one else was around. That was why Wu Jian tried to stay in crowded places. But Wu Yang and his lackeys caught him when he was coming back from the restroom. Snow fell from the sky as Wu Jian lay on the ground, tears pricking his eyes. Freezing cold trails of tears caused his cheeks to tingle, mixing with the sting where he had been struck. His hands and shins felt like they had been turned into blocks of ice as white powder gathered on his body. Perhaps he should be grateful to winter's chill, for the frigid temperature had numbed his cheek and elbows to the point where he couldn't feel the pain as acutely. What's the matter? Get up. Stop acting so pathetic. Wimp. Stop bringing shame to our clan, you pathetic excuse for an heir. You look just like a girl. The least you can do is act like a man. Wu Jian sniffled and tried not to cry any more as Wu Yang's 2 friends verbally harassed him, his smirking half-brother staring down at him like he was worth less than dirt. Their words struck him to the core. What made it worse was how nothing they said was false. With his pale skin, glossy black hair, and delicate appearance, he really did look like a girl. Everyone always said so. Even his father often said he wished Wu Jian could be manlier. As his 3 bullies continued to taunt and tease him, hurling insults that cut deeper than his injuries, Someone leapt onto the snow and rushed over to them. It was a young girl about the same age as Wujian. She had pure white skin, long dark hair, and large eyes the same color as the bright blue sky. She stood in front of Wujian and spread her arms wide as though to protect him. With her back to him, he could not see her expression, but he could easily imagine the glare she directed at the three boys. "What do you three think you're doing?" asked the girl. Her voice was young and girlish, but her tone was sharp and cutting like a drawn sword. The three boys froze. Now, Mei Ying, we weren't doing anything," Wu Yang began, stuttering. His cheeks were red. "We were just giving my younger brother some pointers. That's all." While Wu Mei Ying was considered an oddball by most members of their clan, because of the strange things she said, her pretty appearance was enough to earn the admiration of all the boys their age. Even some of the older boys were smitten with her. Wu Jian often got many jealous glares thrown his way whenever they were together. And they were always together, so he was pretty much always glared at. Wu Meiying turned around and looked at him. Her vibrant eyes gazed into his, then looked at his bruised cheek and the blood dripping from his elbow. Her face flushed with anger as she whirled back on the three boys. Her glare must have been powerful, because all three took a step back. "You are giving pointers to someone outside of the training hall? Do you take me for a fool? I know what you are doing. You will stop bullying Jian right now, or I will tell Yoshi Shushu and Ailin Ai about this," she declared, referring to Wu Jian's father by the informal title of uncle, as though to declare how close she was to him. Wu Ming and Wu Fei looked toward Wu Yang, like they didn't know what to do and were waiting for his orders. On the other hand, Wu Yang gazed at Wu Meiying with a face that Wu Jian couldn't place. All he knew was that he didn't like it. He didn't want other boys looking at Wu Meiying like that. "Come on, you two. We're leaving," Wu Yang said at last. He gave Wu Jian a glare and said, "You really are a disgrace. Someone who hides behind a girl for protection isn't worthy of leading this clan. I promise you, I will take away the position of clan heir once you come of age. That is not for you to decide." Wu Meiying bared her teeth at the older boy. Scoffing to hide how unsettled he was, Wu Yang turned around, gestured for his two lackeys to follow him, and walked off. Wu Ming and Wu Fei hesitated before chasing after him. Maybe I should turn off that notification that keeps going. I don't know if anyone else can hear it, but it's annoying. Wu Meiying waited until she was sure Wu Yang was gone, then turned to Wu Jian. She knelt and gave him a kind smile. Nice emote. I think you might be the only person on here, Anime Hero Gamer fan. You can hear it. Okay, so it's not just me. I don't know how to actually turn it off if I'm being honest. Despite being the same age as him, 8 years old, she seemed so much older than him. The way she stuck up for him was just one example. She was a lot better than him at their lessons, was better than him during their combat training, and she acted so mature most of the time. She always knew what to say and what to do. It was like she could do anything she put her mind to. That was why he looked up to her. It was why he always relied on her for protection, even though he felt ashamed doing so. It is pretty late. "Are you okay?" she asked. Seems that way, just us. Just the two of us. I'm fine. Wu Jian wiped his nose and tried to suck in his tears. The truth was that he felt pathetic. Wu Yang might have been a bully, but he was right about one thing. Wu Jian was always hiding behind Wu Meiying for protection. Whenever someone picked on him because of his girly appearance, or because he was weak, for being a coward, or for any other reason, she would be the one who saved him. He was happy that she cared so much, but he also felt weak because he needed her to protect him. Yang is right. I am pathetic. How can someone as weak as me be the clan heir? Maybe it would be better if I let Wu Yang become clan heir. Come on, let's go to the hospital wing and get you patched up, Wu Meiying said as she stood up and held out her hand. Despite his conflicted feelings, Wu Jian took her hand and let the girl lead him away. While everyone else in the clan looked alike, Wu Meiying stood out. Her face, hair, and general appearance bore none of the similarities shared by the Wu clan. That was because his mother had found Wu Meiying one day, abandoned in a basket, and taken her home. She was then adopted into the clan and named Meiying. The name Meiying meant beautiful flower. It had been his mother's hope that she would grow up to be a beautiful young woman, and it looked like her wish was coming true. Wu Meiying was easily the prettiest girl in his clan. Even the people who didn't like her because of the odd things she often expressed admiration for her appearance. The hospital wing was located in a building not far from where Wu Yang had bullied him. It was a big building. Their clan consisted of a lot of members, so buildings needed to be large, and bigger buildings were also seen as a sign of prosperity and wealth. Wu Jian had read that buildings in the capital were even larger than theirs, and clan compounds consisting of thousands of clansmen were in abundance. He wondered if that was true. Oh, I like the sticker. They walked across the walkway, entered through the sliding rice paper door, and came into an empty room with beds and medicine cabinets. Nobody was there at the moment, but Wu Meiying didn't let that bother her as she led Wu Jian over to a bed, sat him down, and walked to the medicine cabinet. She said nothing as she rummaged through the cabinet. Wu Jian said nothing as she rummaged through the cabinet. He sat there with his head lowered. She came back moments later with cotton pads and ointment. Hold still, okay? She instructed. Wu Jian nodded. Okay. Wu Meiying dabbed the cotton in the ointment, then applied some, first to his elbow, then to his face. He flinched when an itchy sensation spread across his elbow and cheek, but it was soon replaced by a soothing warmth. As she applied ointment to his face, Wu Meiying spoke again. Did those 3 hit you anywhere else? Wu Jian shook his head. Just my face. Wu Meiying huffed. It's not just your face. It's the ultimate disgrace to slap someone like they did. And they did it to you. I cannot believe they would hit their clan heir in the face like that. The nerve of them. I'll show them what happens when you hit my Jian next time we spar. I'll beat them to a pulp. Wu Jian looked down and said nothing. Since he was so small, his feet didn't even reach the floor. He kicked them listlessly and let Wu Meiying finish spreading ointment on his face. She finished by placing a patch made from bamboo leaves over it. His elbow was similarly tended to. You know,
Maybe if you learned to stand up for yourself, they would not pick on you so much, Wu Meiying said, hesitantly. How can I do that? Wu Yang and his friends are so much bigger than me. Even if I did stand up for myself, I would just get beaten more. That's what happened the last time I tried to stand up for myself, Wu Jian said. It wasn't like he hadn't attempted it before, but the last time he had done so, it resulted in a much more violent beating. He had learned his lesson and never tried to stand up to his bullies again. When was that? It had to be just after Wu Yang began picking on me. Wu Meiying bit her lip. But isn't it frustrating to be looked down on like that? It is frustrating. It's really frustrating, Wu Jian admitted. And as he did, the tears that he had been carefully keeping in check flowed down his face. I hate it. I hate being so weak. I hate being a coward. I don't want to be weak anymore. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be a disgrace to my father. I want my family to be proud of me, but I just... As bitter tears of frustration poured from his eyes, Wu Meiying pulled his head toward her and hugged him tight. She rested her cheek against the crown of his head. Wu Jian stifled a sob as he wrapped his arms around his best friend and cried out all of his frustrations. Do you feel better? Asked Wu Meiying. A little. Good. Wu Jian, you don't want to keep being like this, right? You want to change, right? Of course I do. I want to be stronger. I want to be more courageous. Then, would you listen to my suggestion? What is it? Right now, you're not doing anything to get stronger. You only train during Instructor Lan's lessons, but that's not enough to get stronger. So, you're suggesting I train outside of classes? If you want to get stronger, this is the only way. I know for a fact that Wu Yang and the others are training outside of class. I've seen them. Okay, I'll train hard. I'll train really hard so I won't bring disgrace to my family anymore. That's the spirit, and I'll help you. By the way, is that Iron Mouse? That sticker you're showing? May? What's wrong? Wu Jian looked worried as Wu Meiying trailed off. Her eyes had become vacant and glassy. Somebody else. Who is it? She swayed where she stood, like she was dizzy. Wu Jian had seen her get like this before. While not frequent, it happened enough times that Wu Jian understood what was going on. A shiver ran down his back. Is that that's Miku? No way. I can't tell. I thought it was either Iron Mouse or like Silver Veil. I can't tell. A shiver ran down his back. He waited for a few minutes, but when she just remained standing there with that glossy look in her eyes, he became worried. It had never taken her more than a few seconds to come back. That she was staying like this made him worry that she might have lost her soul. May, are you okay? He placed his hand on her shoulder and lightly shook her. Blinking several times, Wu Meiying's eyes regained their original clarity. Don't laugh at me. Blinking several times, Wu Mei Ying's eyes regained their original clarity. She looked at him and pinched her lips into a thin line. Her expression made him worry. It was like she was trying hard not to cry. He didn't know why she was staring at him like that, but then she cupped his cheek and stroked it with her thumb. "Did you see something?" asked Wu Jian. Wu Meiying bit her lip, then pressed their foreheads together. Tears threatened to break from her eyes. "I did," she confessed. "What did you see?" "I don't know if I should say." "Is it that bad?" Wu Meiying nodded. He took a deep breath. "Then I think you should tell me. Maybe I can help." "Okay," Wu Meiying whispered. She took a deep breath. "I saw you. You were lying on the ground in a puddle of blood, and you weren't moving. I screamed out your name over and over, but you didn't respond, and I couldn't reach you. Someone was dragging me away, and I'm so worried, Jian. What does this mean?" Cute emojis. Wu Jian said nothing as Wu Meiying began crying openly. This time, he was the one to pull her into a hug. Wu Meiying often made predictions. They usually weren't serious. She once told Wu Hao that he would break his arm climbing a tree. He didn't believe her, and several days later broke his arm after climbing a tree. She had told Wu Yeye that he would suffer a back injury if he kept overworking himself. He had laughed her off and told her not to worry, that his body was stronger than it looks, only to suffer a back injury that put him out of commission for a week because he had overstressed his spine. Right now, she had a vision that made his blood run cold. Was that his future? Dying as the girl he loved was taken away? I refused to accept that. Wu Jian felt something begin burning inside of him. He didn't know what this feeling was, but it was warm, and it ignited feelings he had never experienced before. He latched onto those feelings. I don't know what it means, but I won't let it come to pass. I promise you, starting now, I'll train hard and become stronger. I'll become so strong the future you saw will never happen. Wu Jian was sick of being weak, sick of being a coward, and sick of being a disgrace to his clan. He wanted to make his father proud. He wanted his clan to think highly of him. He wanted to be stronger for himself. But more than anything, he didn't want to see this girl cry. Cute. Look at you. Hang on, you guys. We're gonna flip this around really quick. I'm gonna see. Oh wait, if we do that, I think you're just gonna see my. Let's try it anyways. Hang on. Right, that's not working. No. I don't know if you guys can see him, my cat. He's sleeping. Oh boy. There we go. Indeed, wonderful creature. Wu Meiying's smile. Oops. Nope, I got it. Okay. Wu Meiying's smile reminded him of the cherry blossoms that bloomed during the new year. It stole his breath. For the sake of that smile, Wujian would gladly walk through fire and lava. He would tear apart the heavens themselves if it meant he would get to see her smile like this all the time. Thank you, Jian. Really, thank you so much. I don't want to be separated from you. I don't want that either. Wu Meiying pulled himself into another hug that he happily accepted. As he and his best friend in the entire world held each other tight, a single thought occurred to him. I have to get stronger. So, yeah, that's the first chapter of Severing Time and Space, Volume 1. Don't know, outside of you, Anime Hero Gamer fan, I don't think anybody else is on here, but if anybody else is on here, oops, sorry, I moved the chat. I can't actually see what you're posting right now. But if anybody else is on here, this is available to buy on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walgreens, Target. I think anywhere that sells books sells this. So if you were, thinking of grabbing a copy, if you were curious and just wanted to support me, this is what I would recommend, is just grabbing a copy of this and giving it a read. So, it's all for tonight. This is sort of a new thing that I'm doing, so I don't know how long I will keep up reading out loud for you guys, but if more people join and more people like it, I might keep doing it. But thank you for joining me, Anime Hero Gamer fan. I won't be, well, I might be on tomorrow night. I don't know. But I definitely won't be on to do any major streaming tomorrow. So, appreciate you and anybody else who might have hopped in. Thank you, bro. You are goated. You as well. Have a great night.